fundraising as it's moving along quite rapidly, and they're producing some incredible materials and thoughts and so on. So we should see some information from those folks coming out here real soon, according to our donations and fundraising portion of our business. Okay, I think I see Carlos, and let me go ahead. Unmute Carlos. Are you there, Carlos?
Okay, Ken, good evening. How are you?
Hey, good evening. There you are.
Good, good, good. Yes, yes, we did. We did had a very good meeting today with the fundraising committee, and it's getting very exciting because people are coming up with their own ideas. Our team is actually very enthusiastic about the responses, the rate of responses that they're getting. And it's one of the things that happen in our company that a lot of the people tell us in the different activities that they have, that they do, they tell us how impressed they are in the rate of responses that they get when they do marketing. So now we have a whole entire company. We have a complete cycle, a full circle of what we do. And the associate member support team is completely well trained, very capable, available, increasing in size, and waiting for the increase in volume. So it's exciting. It's very exciting to be here. We have the new construction initiative about to begin. We were trying very diligently to bring you the site in which the commerce will begin, the commerce for the selection of homes, etc. But unfortunately, today we were unable. But we are speaking about any moment now. We are now able to turn the lights on that. So it's coming right away. We have the whole application process fully in place. So our home buyers go through their discovery process. They discover for themselves the dollar amount of their potential eligibility. Then they match it to the local market conditions. They check the credit scores. They can do all that. They can learn on their own. We have videos that has explains the whole process. We have content they can read. So all that for the home buyer to do that on their own, and the associates to confirm the eligibility, and then schedule the onboarding processes. All that once the home buyer gets onboarded, then it moves to the processing department of the chosen lender. The lenders are now contacting within 5 to 7 days. Well, they actually contact within a day or two, and they review the application, they pull credit, and within 5 to 7 days, they actually approve or deny the applicant. Now, when the transaction doesn't seem very easy to do, even though it went through the onboarding department, when there are some difficulties, we have now all the other tools. We have now as we know, we have our student loan forgiveness program. We have our credit supplements. We have the ability to pay for all collections. So all that we have to do is to get people through the conveyor belt. And our company is committed to not take anyone for granted. All that you have to do is bring them through. But we make it easy on you by letting you know and teach you that it's not your responsibility to make somebody do something. We are saying to you to bring them to the source. We're telling you that we will teach you on our orientation call. We will teach you how to do Zoom calls, how to maneuver yourself through the sales processes, So we're saying to you, bring your home buyers to the source and let them get educated. And what we're saying to you is, don't take their word when they tell you that they're ready. We want you to confirm it, set the appointment, onboard them, and your job is done. Okay, you no longer have to be involved. You don't have to contact the lenders. Simply bring them through the onboarding process, and then they will be moving to the lenders processing department. So we we kind of simplified it, but it's up to all of us to share our housing movement, and it's working out pretty well. I think we have now this week some 40 applications coming through, and it's just the beginning. I think that there is a expectancy for the entire team, expecting for the new construction, and that's a great thing. But remember, we still have FMH for existing homes. Now, I'm saying this just to remind you that we are open for business. Nevertheless, yes, we all recognize, and we are all waiting for the new construction initiative because it opens all the states. It increases the rate of approvals. It increases the purchasing power. It also gives somebody a desire to own a brand new home. And so we have something for everybody to do, something for everybody to benefit from. So we recognize that everybody's waiting for it, but we also have business as usual. Okay. So I'm very, very hopeful that next time that we speak together, we will be showing you the commerce of our website for when we give somebody a budget to spend, they will be able to spend it on a brand new home in designs with our different types of constructions. So we are going to begin the new construction with modular construction. Now, modular construction is just a technique because the actual construction is governed by construction codes and from different municipalities. So it's the same type of construction, just that it's built under a roof with very, very follow processes, etc. So I'm very happy about that. So I would like to we have a few questions to answer tonight, and then I would like to also see if anybody has we can do an open mic and answer questions tonight for whatever time we have left.
Great. Can we just do a quick review of the announcement last week about the states that are open and the programs that are available to those states?
Sure, of course. So the new construction initiative is we have the ability to cover the entire country right now, except for it was decided to start with California, Colorado, Tennessee, and Florida. This is in the new construction initiative component. And the reason for that is so that we can simply go through the different hurdles and have some quality and know that there are no kinks, and then we can open the next state in the next state. But we're gonna do sort of like a practice run, and it will be with Colorado, California, Florida, and Tennessee. Now we'll run through the applications, make sure that everybody gets approved. We make the ordering processes. It's not we don't have to wait until the houses get built and delivered and constructed. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that once a home buyer gets a loan approval, that they can use our websites and they can select the properties and they can go through the counseling on the home selections, etc. So that's going to be just that part of a learning process, how our associates and our home buyers utilize our system, and of course our home office and our counselors. So that's really it, because once we place the order to build a home, then it's just business as usual. These are all professionally done. These systems are already in place. but it's more to do the kinks of the approvals, who gets approved, and the selection of the lots. The construction part of it is just already in place, but it's more to do. Okay, where do we find the lot? You know, what do the home buyer expect from us? We are expecting that the home buyer, since they live in the cities that they want to, that they know about, they grew up in their cities, we expect that they will be able to easily select the lots. We'll direct them to where they exist. They will be able to walk on them. They will be able to look at the sky and dream and say, I like this lot right here. It's near the park I love. It's near the school system. It's by the lake. It's right here where I live. It's excellent. And people know their areas. People know the cities, their towns. So that will be the one thing that we want to see how that goes, how the contracting takes place with the sellers of these parcels. So just a little bit of practice, and then we roll out the other states. But but as we were talking earlier today on our fundraising committee, we're talking about a long-term project here. This is not a this year or next year. This is a 30-year plus project. This is a company that's going to be here for a long, long time. All of us are going to be very professional. We're going to grow together. So we'll take it step by step, and that's what we're doing.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, you want to head for the questions?
Let's start with the questions, and the questions are simple.
Yes, I have 5 questions that were sent to me this week.
Okay.
First one is, please explain at what point in the FMH process we will be eligible to earn our marketing fees. I have talked with associates in different states that say their process takes more than the 7 days for the contracts to be signed and appraisal and inspection to take place.
And who sent this question?
That was Miss Peach.
Okay, good. Well, thank you, Miss Peach, for this question. So, as we know, enrolling associate members are eligible to receive their marketing fees at the completion of their property inspection period. So the property inspection period it varies. It could be 7 days, it could be 15 days. Sometimes the property inspection periods are extended depending on when it's necessary. Sometimes the buyer requests that is extended because maybe a roof has some issue or some kind of a situation with the house. So the property inspection period can vary and it can be extended. So the associate is eligible for compensation at the end of that property inspection period. Now, this question also says about it says that it takes more than 7 days for the contracts to be signed. So let's go over a real quick an explanation of the workflow of the FMH process. And these videos and readouts can be found on the website, and you'll find it located on the website under a menu, as you already know, called FMH for homes listed for sale. So in the summary, what we want our home buyers is to discover for themselves their eligibility. They go through the process, they contact the associate member confirms, sets the appointment, the onboarding department onboards them. The onboarding process might take a few days because they have to get some latest documents. They have to get the pay stubs, they have to get, who knows, bank statements or tax returns or a tax divorce decree. So the onboarding process it may take a few days, but we want to make sure that we have the onboarding process complete. So we don't give the home buyer any false expectations that they're ready and that they're not ready. And because we want to give our preferred lenders exactly what they're looking for. We're not giving them labor and disorder. So that might take a few days. And once that's completed, as I was saying earlier, the preferred lender now contacts the associate member, contacts the home buyer to review the application, to pull credit, and approve the application within about 5 days. It could be less, but we're saying 5 to 7 days just to give good expectations. But it should be sooner than that. It might be as much as quick as one day. It all depends. But now back to the contract situation. So there is somebody that has a loan approval by one of our lenders. They get now paired with the realtor, with the preferred realtor. Now they communicate, they search property, they view property, and that may take them a week or two because people have different schedules. The home buyers might be busy. Typically, they want to go out on the weekends because they're working. So this contracting process may take a week or two. And after that takes place, we go through the property inspection period. So the whole thing could take about 30 days. Now, good news is in the way that we compensate is always sooner than any realtor can get paid. Realtors have to wait until the end, until the transaction closes. We're saying that because we're giving you a marketing fees, that you are not receiving compensation due to a purchase price, percentiles. So we pay you at the same time, same amount. So it is not viewed as a commission because it's not a commission. It's a marketing fee for marketing our housing movement. So in total, from the time that you begin, it may take, who knows, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It depends. I hope that answered the question, Ken.
I think so, very
For
well.
Miss Peach, thank you.
Sure, thank you. Next question. I have a potential buyer in California who says there is a California Platinum Grant Program offering up to $25,000 to buyers. Can this program work in coordination with our grant or new home build program? That's from Rick Haygood.
Hello, Rick Haygood. How are you? Thank you for your question. And thank you for looking and finding good information like this. So yes, California has a grant program called California Platinum Grant Program, and they offer it to home buyers in California California residents and purchasing homes in California. They don't have to be first-time home buyers. They could be anybody buying a home at any time, but of course, it has to be for owner-occupied primary residence. There's a little bit of difference with us because we also allow for owner-occupied second homes vacation. Now, the the difference with them is also a little bit different, but I'm saying yes, we can use it in conjunction, but I'll give you more explanation in a moment. But I want to first tell you what they offer and how they operate. So they offer up to $25,000. And the reason for that is because they provide 3 to 5% of the purchase price on as a grant. So depending the 3 to 5% depending on what loan program they're going to use. So if they're going to use a FHA program, they're going to offer 3%. If they're going to use a conventional loan with Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, they're going to provide up to 5% of the purchase price. And that's great. That's good. They offer this grant as a non-repayable loan, and they also offer it as a repayable loan. So, but mostly they offer it as a loan, meaning they give you a zero interest deferred payment second mortgage. This is the style in which almost every county, city, and state they offer the American assistance. They give you a loan that is zero interest deferred payment, but it is indeed a loan. You have to repay it. But this particular program, the California Platinum Grant Program, also gives you, in special conditions, give you the grant from day one as a gift, non-repayable. But they only do this when the home involves a high energy efficiency loan program, not just a house. So There's a little bit of that, some special conditions, and depending also in who is buying the home. So it could be up to 3 to 5%. It could be gifted, or it could be a second mortgage. Okay. So the question is, well, and before I give you the answer to that, but I also want to tell you that there is certain challenges here with this grant, because the one thing that they have, two things actually, is in that we don't, is that they have income limits. So income limits is the whole reason, the number one reason why we got into wanting to fix this. We got into wanting to help out. So this program in California, the California Platinum Grant Program, has income limits, which means that you have to make no more than 50 or 80% of the area household medium income. But this is a challenge, because if you live with your spouse and your children and your in-laws, you got to add all that together. It's not who goes on the mortgage loan approval, on the mortgage loan. It's not the income of the applicant. It's the income of the entire family that cannot exceed more than 80% at the high end. It could be 50 of the area household medium income. So you have a family that is earning, I don't know, 15,000 in Social Security. Then the spouse is making another 35. The main breadwinner is making 50, and then the kid is making 9,000 in the movie theater. When you add all together, it's way over the area household median income. So that would be the first hurdle that we will have to go through with that program and every other program out there. The other challenge with that program is that they limit the debt to income ratio to only 45%. Look, this program called California Platinum Grant Program is another program, very good program. Of course, it's wonderful, but it's the same that goes around everywhere in the country. Unlike FundMyHome.org, that has no income limits, because we recognize that if you have to be poor to get a grant, how do you get a mortgage? This is the whole concept of our company. This is why people come to us and they're well served. When nothing else works, it works here. So put that aside, and let's say that the applicant did get a mortgage approval. Okay, that's going to be difficult, because in California, the houses are super expensive. So if you have to limit the income and you got to lower the debt to income to only 45% next to the high priced homes, these approvals are not going to happen very easily. And if there's no mortgage approval, how are we going to help them? Okay, but let's put all that aside. The loan approval took place, the grant is available. Wonderful, great, let's do that. We will accept that only when we use our new construction initiative. This will not be able to be used for existing homes for sale on the MLS. And the reason for that is because the state of California, under this California Platinum Grant Program, they want to use their own preferred lenders. Look, every single program in the country utilizes their own lenders and their own realtors. And we're not going to be able to change that. So we normally, if we were just another normal company that is only about company profits, we would immediately say, no, we are declining that opportunity, because we wouldn't be able to use the preferred lenders and et cetera. But we are being very flexible, even at this moment with this situation. But it is an impossibility to do it with an existing home. This will only work with us when we do the new construction initiative. So yes, it's going to be, it may be very difficult, and it's only for new construction. So that's the whole round answer to that question, Rick. Ken,
Yes.
any comments about that?
No, I was interested to hear about that Platinum Grant Program. I had never heard of it, but I'm here in Florida, so I wouldn't have unless I applied for it.
It's a good program, but the thing is, I don't see how easy it could be to go through the approval process. Look, if you gotta make a minimum amount of money in California and lower to 45%, it's gonna be a lot of declines, I think.
Mhm. Yes.
If they get lucky, fine. But for us, we could only be able to let them come in with that and with our new construction initiative.
Okay, so they would have to initiate that in California, and once they went through that program, they would come to Fund My Home, and then we would determine yay or nay.
Well, we could work it together because we could provide our own down payment assistance.
Okay.
We could couple it with them, so we could work together. But I think that is the difficulty here will be that if their lenders are restricting the income, the limiting the income, and limiting the debt to income ratio, their lenders are going to have a hard time approving this. See, in our end, we wouldn't have a hard time because
Yes.
our debt to income ratios are higher
Mhm.
and we don't have income limits. So I guess we just wait for them, someone to tell us, hey, we got an approval, here's my check, and let's do it.
Right.
And then we'll provide some of ours too.
Sure. Sure. Okay. So moving to the next question. I have a mortgage broker that wants to work with FMH as a preferred lender. What is the procedure to contact Fund My Home? Support had told us to contact you, Carlos.
Okay, that's fine. I don't see how they can contact me, but I'll find out through them. No, don't contact me, please. But the procedure is simple. The only lenders that we can work with, and we couldn't, unfortunately, and we appreciate the interest, believe me, Adrian, I think it's Adrian who asked this question.
Yes.
Um, we appreciate the interest and the enthusiasm of this mortgage broker, and we'd love to say yes, but we have to have definitions. We cannot work with a mortgage broker. It will have to be a lender, and the lender will have to be a wholesale lender, not a retail lender. So if it's a wholesale lender, yes, but it has to be a lender, not a broker. So of course, that when you write the questions, you may not notice that there's certain terminology, and so in case that this is a broker, then it wouldn't work. It has to be a lender, wholesale lender. First thing, and then we have to converse and go back and share ideas. Some lenders don't like. I mean, I'm sure. I'm assuming that these lenders they would because they're trying to contact us. But in this industry, most lenders do not like down payment assistance because they find to be a major risk. Because lenders, the way they look at risk is the easier you get in, the easier you get out. So if we have a conversation with a lender, we have to get to know our cultures and see where we're coming from and see if we have a match, and see if we have a match on how much they're willing to help, how much they're willing to work a file. Because we don't want a lender to be quick at giving us denials. So they have to be they have to commit to what we're trying to do.
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Ned Mall had sent me a question. Where can we get the realtor compensation breakdown?
The breakdown will be posted. It will be published soon, but I can give you a quick breakdown. So we are paying 100% split of whatever commission is due under the contract. Now, once they come to work for a real estate company, that's it, 100%. Now, realtors can build their own teams by sharing this with all the realtors, and every realtor that comes in will get a recurring fee, same amount of $300 at closing. So that's $300 that they will get by building a team of other realtors, and the other realtors are still getting 100% split. So that's that part. When if you're speaking about being a realtor, working for a realty company are soon to be announced. The company is already in operation, but we want to open it up for everybody. So that will be it. Now, then there is the other component to how do we treat realtors who are associate members, and that is a little more complex answer. And I think that this question has to do only with compensation to realtors. And again, we're going to have this available, and we're going to publish it soon. This gets published soon after when we roll out and we publish the website for the housing, the construction. Okay,
Okay.
so mhm.
Oh, last question. I had a gentleman email me the other night. I won't try and pronounce his name. He was from the UK. He wanted to know if he was able to work the FMH program from the UK.
Yes, we actually have people from different places in the world working this already. From India, Canada, Mexico. Um, I'm not sure in South America, but in England, in the UK, there is also already people. So the answer is yes. Anywhere in the world, anyone wants to help us to market our housing movement in the United States, they will be able to get paid in US dollars so that they can come and they can be members. You could build your members anywhere worldwide. And believe me, I think that's a very incredible opportunity for somebody that lives in another country because, as a matter of fact, the average monthly salary that is paid to more than 3 billion people, okay, is $2 a day. Imagine that. In in some countries that are much more civilized, not I would say no, not civilized, more industrialized, more you know, like Mexico, for example. Mexico is around the corner and it's a very industrious country. The average monthly income, okay, the daily income is $5 a day. So imagine, so if you offer somebody a compensation in US dollars, who would not be completely impressed by that answer? So here's another opportunity for everybody to come together and expand their horizons here. I mean, this person in the UK, I'm sure they're making, of course, they're earning in pounds is a little different, but that's not the typical. So yes, the answer is yes. I think it's a super beneficial for all of us, for them, for our teams, for everybody.
And what type of documentation would they need once they register with us?
Well, they have to have. We want to make sure as much as we can that they are living people, blood and flesh, so that they're not using corporations to abuse our compensation plan because since we don't have a limit to how wide we can go. It can hurt us here because you start bringing documentations in corporations and LLCs. So we'll accept their tax IDs, their government picture IDs, and we'll go with that. Make sure that we want to make sure that these people are alive.
Okay.
And
And,
how they treat their taxes, that's entirely up to them.
mhm.
We simply pay out, and that's their life. We are not required to handle that in the United States, yes, but not outside.
Okay. Very good.
Okay,
And that's our last question.
all right, very well. So let's see. Um, do we have Scott Graham on the call?
Let me look. Scott, raise your hand if you're here. Henry, raise your hand if you're in
And
the room.
Henry, yes, yes. I think I see Henry somewhere.
I
Scott
see
and
Scott.
Henry.
I do see Scott. Okay, Scott jumped up. Let's go to the
Mhm.
top.
And
All right.
Henry Preciado. So Scott and Henry Preciado, they are leading the fundraising committee, and they're doing a phenomenal job. They got such a amazing track. I mean, they're already up and running with this. So I'm very proud of you guys. You're amazing. You're very, very impressive. Very well organized, and you just lifting a lot of spirits. So Scott, thank you. I want to thank you for that. And if you want to say a couple of words, let people know that we want to bring the rest of the team into your organization, into your committee.
Okay, well, first of all, can you hear me okay?
Okay, you're well. Yes.
Okay, great. Well, I'm humbled and blessed to be part of Fund My Home and taking up the reins for the fundraising. We're super excited about it. It's an incredible opportunity, to be able to share passionately the real calling of Fund My Home, and that's to help fix this rental debacle that so many people are stuck in. It's not a sales job on the fundraising side. It's sharing, passionately a mission that people can relate to, and as they get a little bit of education and they see the impact that it can have on lives, it's profound. So, we're blessed to have that. We're blessed to, and I want to definitely say to Ken and to you and to everyone else that's been, doing the opportunity meetings faithfully for so long, and the patience of everyone, that this fundraising is something that's tangible that all of our associates can begin to do now, and to start to put a little money in their pockets, number one, and that's important, but also to be able to help others in a dynamic way. For example, we're talking about rolling out these states. Just imagine if let's say Jerry's in Tennessee or Georgia and gets a donor there to donate, $100,000 or something like that. We're able to take those funds and help 10 families in their particular area, to get that state up and running in a dynamic way, and bless, and they're able to be, to see that and to be blessed by that. So, this is going to really open up the door on a major in a major way, I think, on multiple platforms as things roll out, and we're excited about it. We're blessed to have a real core group of very dynamic and gifted people that are helping Henry and myself right now, put together the vision, the plan, the goals for fundraising, and we've made tremendous strides in just the past week. So, Henry, if you're there, you want to add to that, please go ahead.
Yeah, I opened his mic and he closed it, so he may not have any comments.
Okay.
I would like to make a comment. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So what we're doing with the fundraising component of FundMyHome.org is super important. I like to say to you guys that it's not necessary, but it's very, very important. In other words, we have been able to do our job, and we are self-contained. But this fundraising component makes things easier, better. Okay. But then for who? For the home buyer, and also for the associate member, because we want to have a FundMyHome.org as a place of great opportunity, a place that not only you're helping the home buyers, but you're also helping yourself. So we're sharing a tremendous amount of money. We're sharing 32% of whatever donations comes in, from wherever angle they come in. We're paying it out to the teams. So to talk about that, how is that paid out? We are paying 7.5% to the enrolling sponsor, which is more than any money person earns as a professional. If you were a mortgage broker, your average is about 1.25%. If you're a real estate agent, it's about 2.25%, and you have to split it with your office. If you're selling annuities or some high-end money ticket then you're making about 6%, maybe 7%, but you're splitting it with your office. Here, without having to have a profession, by sharing with everybody you know, you have the ability to take in 7.5% out of your own for your own effort as your personally enrolled donation. But your team members will get your enrolling sponsor will get 5%, and then 4.5%, and 4%, and 3.5%. In total, we pay 32%. So imagine this is very, very important to understand that our company is embracing this because it makes sense. But we already, I want everyone to know that we are in business, we are accepting applications, and we are providing down payment assistance since 2017. So, great opportunity. It's just a one more aspect of our endeavor, of our opportunity. Okay.
Hey, Carlos, if I could just add one thing too, I just want all the associates to know that by next week, we should be able to start rolling out some marketing materials, some more of the vision that we've been working on, the core group has been working on here for the past week, and be able to open it up now, to all the associates so they can begin to join us, those that are interested in getting the word out for the fundraising. Okay.
And we're going to post this. We're going to communicate through our system in behalf of the committee. So we have the schedules and all that. But for those that don't know, I like to touch base again on the fundraising. So how and when the associates get paid. So again, 7.5% will get paid to the enrolling sponsor. The other amounts, because we are a down payment assistance program, and we are in housing opportunity, and this is to provide homeownership opportunities, we are in essence creating an account for you, the associate, for when your overrides get built in. So if you build in an override of $8,000, $20,000, you will have that money available to you when you in two ways. One, when you decide that you want to purchase your own owner-occupied primary residence or owner-occupied vacation, or if you already own a home, you will get that money available accumulating for you when you bring a home buyer. So you bring a home buyer, you help someone, and you help the cost, and then you get your money sitting for you that is waiting for you. So that's how we're going to compensate and to distribute the money. All 7.5% upfront for the enrolling sponsor. The rest gets paid out to the downlines when they buy a home or when they bring someone else to get a home. So that's it with that. I hope that everybody sees how simple it is and how exciting it can be. All right, very well. So Ken, if you would maybe open the microphone for people that want to ask any questions.
Okay, and did you have a specific question you wanted to answer tonight, or just general?
No, general. Well, let's talk. Yeah, general is fine. We could do general.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and raise your hands if you know how to do that. You just go over your name, and it should say raise hand. You click on that. That'll put you in our queue, and we'll give you an opportunity to answer one question, and we'll have either Scott or Carlos answer that for you. And I'm not seeing any hands right now. Do we have any questions? No, nothing.
Okay. Well, there's 1, 2.
Oh, okay.
3. Okay.
All right, it came alive. Okay, so I have U34AA. I've unmuted you. Unmute yourself, please, and ask your question. Hit the unmute button. There you go. Thank you.
Yes, hello. I was just listening in on this, and I, of course, have signed up and become a new associate member. And
Okay, what
my
is your
name
name?
is Ray Davis. I'm out of Texas.
Great, Ray.
Yes,
Do you have
and
a question for us?
yes. Well, concerning that, what you were saying about the 7%, are you just referring to the as part of the fundraising, or are you saying that as we uh, bring in and make transactions uh, whenever we bring someone in to buy a home?
Sure, thank you. Well, pleasure to meet you, Ray. How are you? So, no, when it comes to being in our company, we don't require anyone to be a real estate licensee or a mortgage broker, licensed mortgage broker, or lender or realtor. We don't require any type of licenses. So what we do is we pay as a marketing fee. So it's never a percentage. It's never linked to a purchase price. It's never any fluctuating amount. So we pay a flat amount and we pay a total of $3,200. That's when it comes when someone brings a willing home buyer to become a down payment assistance recipient. The 7.5% that we spoke about has to do with fundraising, and you don't have to be licensed for to be a fundraiser for FundMyHome.org, but then we can pay you a percentage that comes in. All of the fundraising uh, efforts, all of the companies that have fundraising committees, they have to pay overhead. So no one works in a fundraising effort for free. So we're gonna pay you to share the word, and that's what the 7.5% comes from. You get paid 7.5% if you are the enrolling sponsor of that donor. Now the donors, this is interesting. We don't want the donors to be associate members. We don't want to take. We don't want to promote that we are accepting donations from associate members, because if we did, then we will be turning this into a pyramid. This is not a pyramid game. This is not a Ponzi scheme. So we will not, if we will not easily accept a donation from an associate member. If we did, let's say that the associate member is so wealthy that they must give a donation. If we did, we are not going to compensate anybody, because we don't want to we want to make sure that we are not turning into a pyramid, into a Ponzi scheme, into anything like that. So that's another point here. So I hope that answered your question, Ray.
Yeah, good
So,
question, Ray. Thank you. Okay, let's move on to Doris. I unmuted you. Unmute yourself, please, and ask your question. There you are, Doris. Go right ahead.
Yes, thank you so much. I had a question asked of me. I was sharing the information about the program with one of my cousins, and she's having to move. Well, they're having to move at the end of her lease. She's renting right now, and she said that the owner is going to not let her renew the rental or the lease at the end of that term, but they promised her that they will wait until she can find something else. And her concern is that after I told about the program, her concern is the type of income she has. Her income is exempt. She has exempt income. And I didn't know, what to tell her. I told her I would try to find out. Does it matter about a person, the type of income?
no, it doesn't matter the type of income as long as it's documentable. So it has to be stable and documentable. So when you say exempt, I'm assuming that you're speaking exempt from income tax. And there are many people that are exempt from income tax, such as disabled veterans and a few others, people in disability who earn money from Social Security disability. They are exempt from income tax. So, but the income has to be stable, and documentable. So if somebody has any disability income, it has to be for at least the next 3 years. It has to be documentable and stable. So we have to see about that, and there's a lot to say about how to get somebody approved. What you should do with your cousin is you should get her through the process so that she can do her own discovery. Bring her to the source, bring her to your website, and make sure that she registers as your home buyer, and then you get credit for it, and then we'll help you with the rest.
Very good. Thank you, Doris. Let's go to Alyssa. Your mic is unmuted. Unmute at your end, please. There you are, Alyssa. Your question, please.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
I have a realtor who wants to do the program, and I know it's open and everything for Florida. So what process does he need to do in order to get signed up?
Okay, and the realtor wants to become a home buyer, or he wants to become one of our realtors?
He wants to become one of the realtors.
Okay, excellent. So we are going to publish all the details right immediately after we publish the website for the commerce of our new construction initiative. It's just coming right after, and the reason for that is because at this point, then we will be accepting all realtors coming in, and for the down payment assistance component. In other words, all realtors can come in and bring their customers, and they could choose to become our realtors or not. We're not requiring that they switch over to be compensated to be a part of a housing movement when it comes to new construction. But of course, by doing that, we are showing a lot of good reasons why they should join us in a realty company. But I'd like to make a comment. There is a wonderful company out there. It's called XP Realty, and the brand new company. They're doing very, very well. They're doing great numbers. They're growing very rapidly. They're doing a great job. They have an amazing marketing company, and they're doing phenomenal. Okay, we have a lot to offer. I believe, and I can't be quoted correctly, precisely, but I believe that their payout is 80%. And our company, and this, I'm giving everybody here an opportunity to grow and help our company grow to incredible levels. That company, XP Realty, is growing phenomenally, and they pay 80% split. We, on the other hand, pay 100% split. Give the realtors an ability to get a $300 fee for recruiting another realtor, and give their clients down payment assistance. So if XP is doing a great job, it's because they're very tenacious. We have to become tenacious, and all of us together can build the biggest real estate company in the world. Once we are all out and we announce all these things, we can build the biggest company that has ever walked the earth. And that includes our down payment assistance company, our network, everything we do, our fundraising committee, all of it. We have an amazing possibility, an amazing situation, and we need all of you to buy into it and believe in it and make it happen. That is my message very strongly, because I'm very humbled by people working hard. And if like they say, if they can do it, we can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Alyssa. We have Tom Thornhill. Your mic is unmuted. Go ahead, Tom.
Hello, could you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good night, Carlos. Good night, Ken.
Hello, Tom. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Everything's going pretty good, I can see. The question I have is that I have a client who wants a new built home in a non-USDA area. So, Florida, she wants she wants a new built home in the area of Fort Lauderdale, for example.
Okay.
How soon would that be available to be done?
That will be available very quickly because we will be building with the USDA collaboration. We will building inside of USDA designated areas. We will building inside of USDA designated areas, even without the USDA involvement. Well, in a different way. So this is for inside of the USDA and outside of the USDA. So if she has a parcel that she wants to build on in Fort Lauderdale, we can build in Fort Lauderdale. It does not have to be only USDA. So when we roll this out, it's nationwide for every type of program, USDA or not, conventional, FHA or not. So the answer to your question, Tom, is yes. It just gives us a little bit of time. We're almost there, and we'll be making the announcements and let her take advantage of this.
Great question, Tom. Thank you. Barry, I'm unmuting you.
Okay. Can you hear
There
me?
you are. Yes, sir.
Hey, Carlos, quickly, for fundraising, is it possible for us to have a FundMyHome email address?
It is possible. Look, we are a trusted partner with Google, and we can send 10 million emails a day, and they all get delivered. The issue, the danger for us, because we are so, we want to make sure that we so stay here forever, and we protect the company. If anybody spams anybody, we have the risk of perhaps losing that domain. So of course, in the home office, some of the selected people, they have email addresses because we have a close relationship. But if we gave everybody out there an email address, they can cause abuse, and then we could lose the domain. It would be a tremendous loss, a tremendous problem. But what I would do is, Barry, why don't you get in touch with Scott Grimm? He and Henry, you got Henry at fundmyhome.org, you have Scott at fundmyhome.org. Why don't you discuss that with them? They are the ones who are running this department. And you talk to them, see what they decide.
Okay. Thank you, Barry. And we have Henry up next. Henry, I have unmuted you. You'll unmute your side. Thank you. Go ahead, Henry.
Sorry about that. I got a little clumsy with the buttons here earlier. Just to reiterate a little bit of, not to give an extension to anything anybody else is saying, but I just want to say that I come also from the mortgage industry, and when you have people that are not familiar with the process of escrow and mortgage loans and stuff, they are going to have a lot of questions. So maybe in our training from the very beginning, people need to just understand that it's going to take some time for them to even understand what the process is, right? So as we're growing, we can answer those questions beforehand. Does that make sense?
But yes, makes sense completely. So Henry, and you and Scott, if you want to bring people to your team, that's your decision. You guys are running that team, and so I leave it all up to you.
Excellent. All right. Thank you for your time, Ken. Really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Henry. We have three more. Donna, you'll be the last one. We're going to go to Ned Mallory. Ned, I unmuted you. Unmute you at your end. There you go.
Yeah, thank you, Ken. I just had a quick question, and before I ask that question, I just want to thank you, Mr. Carlos, for this opportunity and the heart that you have. I'm really grateful. My question is
I have a couple customers that I picked up, and they're going through the process and everything. I recall looking through everything that we go on the calendar to set them up for the 501c3 specialist. So is that available now, or we still need to wait on that?
No. The online calendar is totally available. What you would do is, if you have somebody that's buying a home that wants to begin the process, bring them to your website and bring them right to the source. Let them get acquainted, but you should also get acquainted. If you're not acquainted with our website or our system, if you don't know what we're expecting of you, what we're expecting of your home buyers, that's fine. That's understandable. This is why we have an orientation call. Our company will take as long as it's necessary. We'll put a member of our associate member support team to give you a full orientation and teach you all the ropes, teach you about the company, about our culture, what we're here to do, teach you how to use the website, teach you how to use the back offices, and teach you how to do webinars, how to use Zoom, or how to use our own assistant that we're using Google Meet. So if you're not sure, if in anybody in the entire company that is not sure how to do anything and they want to get a full orientation, come on and make contact support at fundmyhome.org and ask them to tell them that you want to get an orientation call, and they will send you a link and they'll set up the appointment for you. But the brand new people that come in, as they come in, when they receive their welcoming email, they get the information on where and how and when to get the orientation call. So all the new associates, they get it automatically. The older associates, before July 21st, then you can simply email support@fundmyhome.org and request your orientation call. All right.
Yep. Thank you, Ned. We're going to go to Maureen. Maureen, go ahead and unmute.
Greetings. I'm Maureen Norman. Can you hear me?
If you could speak a little louder, please.
Okay. Thank you for Fund My Home. And I have located a grant program that provides a $40,000 grant to raise revenue for your cause. And with that, you can become a city developer and light up cities around the world. And I was just wondering if Fund My Home would consider a grant program like this one to help with our cause.
And the grant program is for down payment assistance. What is the grant used? What is the money used for? The funds?
The grant program could be used for your cause, whatever your movement is or whatever your cause would be.
But are you saying unrestricted?
It's more like a fundraiser.
Fundraiser, okay, exactly. So we one of the members of this committee, he found a grant. It was a $600 grant that you receive to take a course on how to do fundraising. So if you have something like that, such good information like that, why don't you share it with Henry at fundmyhome.org or Scott at fundmyhome.org, and they'll expand with you on that. That's very good information.
Okay, I will, and it's a lot different than that, but it is in a form of a grant. But you said go to Henry at fundmyhome.org or Scott?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Maureen. Let's go to our last question of the evening. That's Donna Terry. I've got you unmuted. If you'll unmute yourself, please. Donna, if you can unmute yourself, please. All right, Carlos, I don't see that happening. We can close off the call this evening if you'd like.
Okay, let's do that. And we were speaking about Monday, and it's a holiday. So we'd like to take the day off for everybody, and then we'll see you on Tuesday, 9 p.m.
And thank you very much. Thank you for being with us. Yes, absolutely.
All right, so Ken, so you have any last things to say, Ken? Take it away for Tuesday.
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, I just want to remind everybody that, will you remind them about Monday night's call? We will be back here again Tuesday and Wednesday. We'd like you to bring your guest and your associate team to our calls. We do a presentation, as you know, 31 minutes long. You'll get the information that you need, and your clients will need as well. Reminder also that our Facebook page, there are a couple out there, but the official Facebook page is listed as FMH Associates. And if you put that in, you'll be able to put your name that you registered under for Fund My Home. And I'm also requiring an ID number for Fund My Home when you register as well. I think that's all we have. The YouTube channel is up and running as always. You can always get a copy of our last presentation, as well as our training, which I post on our Facebook page. Hope you all enjoy your weekend. We'll be back here again Tuesday night, and visit our Facebook page for the recent updates. Have a good evening, everybody.